This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth, reminding you today that the war in Syria against ISIS is a fraud. It has nothing to do with liberating the people and bringing democracy to the world. And as war propaganda paints ISIS as the worst thing since the Nazis, well, Saudi Arabia and Turkey and the U.S. allies, and the latter a member of NATO, fund, arm, and supply ISIS in order to topple Bashar Assad's regime in Syria. The strategy in Syria is basically backing rival Syrian jihadist groups who fight with one another. And meanwhile, the Russians have managed to show some results using their air force as cover for Syrian ground troops. The city of Palmyra has been taken back from ISIS. And it wasn't a bloody battle reminiscent of something from World War II. ISIS fighters just piled into their Toyota pickup trucks and they fled the scene. So this comparison between ISIS and the Nazis is actually disrespectful to the Nazis, if you can believe that. By any objective standard, the Germans in World War II were far more equipped and professional than this disorderly mob of 20-something sexually frustrated kids who are led by the veterans of Saddam's disbanded army. In World War II, the Germans took Holland and Belgium and Yugoslavia with ease. A single jeep load of soldiers took Belgrade, the Yugoslav capital. Now, the notion that this fight against ISIS compares to World War II is also disrespectful to World War II veterans. And now, before you guys start sending me letters and writing all your angry comments here on YouTube, let me let you know I am aware of the banker funding of the Nazis and this whole elite bloody chess game that was World War II. But think of this for a second from the perspective of the masses. You know, if we want to make inroads, then what better place than to start upholding their patriotic beliefs of World War II, which is so ingrained in them that it's basically no use of trying to persuade them of anything otherwise, while at the same time we can be showing them the clear difference with this fight against ISIS. ISIS has little artillery and only light anti-aircraft guns. They have no navy and no air force, and their supplies are scarce. They rely on the Turks and the Saudis for support. And their communications aren't embedded in code like the Germans were, and where cracking that code was a major turning point in the Second World War. No, ISIS communicates mainly over Twitter, and everyone listens to it. In the Middle East, Western warplanes fly overhead, ready to bomb anything that moves. And ISIS is landlocked and incapable of taking over the world, let alone establishing a global caliphate that's going to bring the West to its knees. Guys, the war on ISIS is a fraud. And the propaganda about ISIS is to keep this war machine going, and to keep resources in the hands of the Western elites, and to maintain this global fiat money empire, and to restrict the liberties of you and me right here at home. You know, if the Russians were in charge of this war, ISIS would have been eradicated years ago. But the goal of the U.S. and its allies isn't to eradicate the enemy, but it's to build it up, and to put fear in the minds of the masses, and to justify more military interventions. Western elites gave the exact same boogeyman propaganda about the Soviet Union, and look what happened to them. So don't drink the Kool-Aid, folks. War is the health of the state. We know that they lie about domestic issues, so what would make you think that they're telling the truth about the war in the Middle East? Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check us out here where you can donate to support our work here at Press for Truth, either through PayPal or Bitcoin or through Patreon. Even just $1 or $2 a month really helps us a lot. So stay tuned, guys. We've got more video reports coming soon to pressfortruth.ca.